Hey Leo, how's it going? Welcome to the space. Welcome to your reading. Excuse me while I light this up for a sec. Um, how you doing? I hope everyone's doing pretty good. So, um, if you've been following along with the readings, this one's gonna be transform. There's been some huge transformational sort of energy. I just want to check in to see what your transformation is. We'll be checking in that with the Prism Oracle. One card from there, and then one card from the Hermetic Tarot. Two of Pentacles at the bottom, and then clarifying with Lenormand at the end. So, we're going to be looking at you in the present, no, you in the past, and then still can't even get that right. You in the past, you in the present, your transformation, and then you in the future. So, actually, I'm going to light this one more time. It's been a minute since I've been here. I've been tired, sort of, but so I just want to light that again to really like. Sometimes things don't have words, but sort of like I don't re-energize, reinvigorate, throw myself up. Oh. And it's been a minute since she's been here, but right out the box. And for Leo, yeah, that feels like it. So let's see what we got for you guys. Let me get right into it. This is for Leo. Any placement? You know how it feels. What was I gonna say? I said, however it feels, best for you. Okay, what do we have for Leo in the past? Rejection. Obviously, this card is like coming to like sort of a coming to some sort of a what is it? Crossroad, point. Choices, of course. So we get rejection in the past. What we have in the present. Got fear. And I do like this card too. It's definitely feels like a dark space, but I do like the doorway here. There is a doorway, and of course it can't be seen like the way through possibly, but it is there. Like if you choose to go through it, and you it's like if you choose to walk through enough, you won't completely keep hitting. Like if you stick to the walls, you won't completely keep hitting that wall. You'll find a way through somehow. It's interesting. Sit close to the walls. Whatever that's about. I'm trying to think. Oh. So what do we have for the transformation? So fucking crazy. Death. I told you guys, it doesn't want to stop coming through the readings. And this one came, oh, this is so interesting. We got a just straight like red and black vibe going on. I'm not even sure if y'all are capturing that. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. I gotta do it though, because I told myself I was gonna do it. That's good enough for today. It's gonna be more detailed, but whatever. Now it's there, kind of ish, whatever. Just been trying to revamp this office a little bit. That's been fun. Either ways, transformation is death. In that spot, that's probably really huge. Again, there's like a dark space you're going through. Cloudy, possibly, but it seems like the clouds are probably leaving. There was a full moon in this current time period, and there could be like one when you watch this, possibly. But there was a full moon recently, so there could be like a level of complete transparency with yourself, clarity with yourself. What do we have for the future? Don't hate me, I got frustration, but this one feels like a solution, but it is frustration. Let me get one more. That's straight red and black all the way around too, and you gave me two more. And these are the first flow and balance. Frustration, flow and balance. And if I, yeah, you got the whole color scheme here with red, blue, and green. All around. There's red, green, blue, however you want to. So something about frustration, flow, and balance. Like I said, a solution. But it's not completely a solution yet. You see how it's not aligned? It's about coming into this flow, into this balance. And there might be some sort of a frustration. And sometimes these frustrations can be like our best like teachers. So I think there just might be some sort of a solution that you may have to figure out. And maybe with yourself, you know, so it's not something that's on that you can get assistance on, you know, but it's not something that people can do for you. Don't know what that's about, but we'll check with the Hermetic Tarot, won't we? Yeah, reflection at the bottom. Let's see. The Hermetic Tarot. So we got rejection, fear, and death. So with all these black and red, it definitely feels like getting to the core of an issue. And this black is probably has to do with like sort of, maybe I feel like an isolation energy where again, no one's gonna walk through this door for you. No one's gonna make this choice, this decision at this cross point. No one's gonna find a solution for you. You will be assisted. Again, it could be like a spiritual assistance. I feel with death and this darkness, but I also feel like you might have assistance from your friends, family, but no one's. This is your transformation, you know. And I think it you know, it makes it even more powerful if you'll be like, you know, I did this transformation myself. Let's see what I get with that. I do wanna. There's a lot of black and red, so you could be feeling like warish, angry too, because there's a lot of black and red, so it feels like just dark and angry. I feel on that as well. Shouldn't be used. Okay. Rejection in the past. The Fool. First out, I was like, what did you like take a leap of faith towards, like maybe something like you shoot your shot and then just get rejected, because that I can understand. And that's just the first thing that came out, because the Fool and rejection. But maybe also, because I said it was like coming to a point with choices and decisions, and maybe you come to the end of a road, end of a journey, and now there's a point, a decision to make. And that was in the past too. What do we have at the bottom? The King of Pentacles. You're responsible for something. Again, the King of Pentacles. Interestingly enough, because I guess because Pentacles feel like Earth to me, so I don't know, for some reason, just in this reading and in this energy, the King of Pentacles would feel like the last energy you would go through before maybe you would get to like the Fool. Of course, you have like the Emperor and Empress. There's a lot of other stuff, but in this reading, it feels like you went through the suits, you've earned like that level, and you were at the end of a journey. And now at the past, it was about shedding all that responsibility, maybe shedding a role, shedding an old sense of yourself in order to be free, to make a new sort of decision. What do we have with fear? The Three of Swords. With rejection and the Fool. Again, I'm feeling maybe shooting your shot. Maybe something that you cared about didn't work out, and you're having to move forward, and that could be sort of scary. What do I have here? Saturn and Libra. Lessons in relationships. So, and the contract card at the bottom too. So again, like maybe contracts, relationships you've had, and lessons you've had with people, and it's caused fear within you because like you've already been through some shit that's hurt before, you know. And so trying to go through another doorway, it's like, am I gonna run into the same problems? You know, am I gonna run into the same lessons? And I guess you figure that out if you. Best way to figure that out is with the Three of Swords again, reviewing the lessons, reviewing your relationships, Maybe again with the swords in the air, like writing it down, because writing it down can be the best way to get it out of that emotion and into paper, so you can see it. Maybe even talk about it too, because with the swords, because like talk about it, but like to yourself in the safest way, or like online if you want to. Just do whatever's best for you, whatever's safest for you, as long as you can get that out. You know. What do we have with your transformation in death? Okay, that's a big one. The Ace of Swords. That's cute for some reason. And why is it? It's so like. And no matter how long of a break it took from this, they weren't gonna let it go. Because it's death and the Ace of Swords. So first of all, again off the bat, it's like. I get a few things with that actually, because the Ace of Swords or the Sun, I've made sure that I've like known to myself that like if I get the Ace of Swords or the Sun, whatever I said about that card is like for sure it, so that I make sure I like know what I'm not missing or something. It's a weird process, but like whatever I talked about the transformation again, like these clouds. I guess to reiterate, yeah, like the it's a dark space. Let me see here. These are both black and white too. Oh, there's a lot of black and white. A lot of like, you could be a person who constantly transforms, constantly has to go through sort of death processes and come back to life in a sense. And I think this transformation right now is one of your biggest ones. Yeah, because I see these two lines here, and it's like, I don't know, I feel parallel. This could be a parallel transformation to one that you've had before. So it could be good to review your relationships and try to see how you dealt with that one, and again, reflection, how you can deal with this transformation. But again, if you're reflecting whatever happened with that transformation, you might want to be aware of, because it could parallel right now, and it could be something that's like even bigger now. But again, like I was saying with these transformations, they don't tell me exactly what the fuck is going on, but just enough to be like, yeah, this could help. So whatever's going on there is huge though, because to get death in that spot, I always say to get death in that spot's fucking huge, because it's specific. Because that's a transformation area that I'm specifically looking. What is the death energy going on here? And if they give me death, it's huge. What do we have with frustration, flow, and balance? What do we have with this little group? This slipped out. The Eight of Wands. Now I didn't get movement. I didn't get that green card, but it feels like it just popped up with this Eight of Wands. Because whenever I get movement, I tell you guys it feels like Eight of Wands. I ain't gonna pull it out now. It's probably far in there, but basically looks like it. Eight of Wands with frustration. That's Mercury and Sagittarius. Maybe it's about how you communicate things, like how you communicate what you've been through, and maybe this frustration is like maybe in the future you start off. It can be frustrating to know how to communicate what you've been through. Maybe in a way that isn't so harsh, and probably in a way that flows. There could be just like a harsh energy, because this is the Lord of Swiftness too. So there's a lot of like. With Eight of Wands, I always definitely say it's a faith card, because it's the wand, so it's about like fire, passion, the soul. So people can see it a lot as like, take movement, take action, go, go, go. But it's kind of dangerous to just go, go, go. And with, because fire, I definitely feel with fire, it's super spiritual, so you have to listen to yourself, your soul. You can meditate, you can chill for a sec. But the Eight of Wands, I've always a huge lesson, because I'm always like, Eight of Wands, go. But I always trip when I do that shit. So I've always learned that like Eight of Wands is like slow down, meditate. I don't know if you read tarot, but pull a card. But if you don't read tarot, I don't know, just breathe, watch your favorite TV show, go get some water, but like just listen to yourself for a second. Because you will get, if you do know that it's time to move, you should not worry about where you're moving, but like, you know, where you're moving. I don't know. It's more about listening to yourself first, and like, you know, where you're moving to. You should be able to list. I'm losing that thought. It's interesting. I hope it makes sense. I'm looking at it more. What do we have at the bottom? 2 cups? Okay. That's cute. You could be going into like some sort of a relationship or some sort of just deep connection. And that's why transformation is so important. Let's see what we have with the Lenormand, and then I'll get you out of here. Excuse my chair, she likes to steal the show. With her squeakiness. I cheated and pulled one more for the frustration and the balance. King of Pentacles, so yeah. Right, you could be moving into some new sort of a responsibility, some new sort of like a level of authority, of commitment, and it's really important that you know, well, first of all, how to commit. Did I say commitment? I did not mean to say commit. I meant to, there's a fly that's pissing me off. I meant to say you need to, well, I guess, yeah, you need to learn how to commit to yourself. But in that, you need to learn how to commit because you need to learn, definitely make sure that what you're communicating is pure. Because a lot of that Eight of Wands movement can be impure because it's off of like, I don't want to say ego, but like it can be ego when you think you know exactly where you're going on your own. And that's why the Eight of Wands is so important with like spirituality and faith, because it's not on your own. You don't have all that control, but you do have the control to make the movement. Just listen to yourself first, so that you know, so that you can work in connection and move with your soul and not just your fucking ego, you know. And the King of Pentacles probably has to have that control because a lot of authority. You can speak a lot, and if you express things in a way that's harmful, it can really, you know, harm those that are under your care and control. So I think, cause, I mean, you've been through a lot. Shit, I mean, it's definitely not like something to be taken lightly. So it's definitely just important that you express it in a way that is helpful and not harmful. Especially to of course, not just especially, but first and foremost to yourself. Because that's what matters. But definitely to other people too, because that's what matters too. You know, the chicken and the egg, I think, you know, you should come definitely first so that you understand that. Okay, so in the past I'll make sure I can see these. Because we started off with these, and I want to make sure I got the full message. Rejection and the Fool. Why is there rejection and the Fool? What's up with that? The Broom, the Whip, and the Fox. Well, the Knight of Wands and the Broom, yeah. It feels like a long-term struggle within relationships. Something that you keep fighting for because you care about it. But it's definitely been a struggle. And with the Fox too, with the Fox, and the Fox and the Fool, yeah, it's definitely maybe you're trying to get away. Like maybe a choice to get out on a way on your own, maybe. Because you feel the Fool and the Fox, they're looking back, maybe looking back at like old structures and relationship structures. And again, with rejection, maybe there's a home that you don't feel, like maybe a home you feel rejected by, a relationship you feel rejected by. It could, like, because sometimes relationships, people can feel like homes, you know? So maybe it's just like an entire thing that you just don't you don't feel like it resonates with you anymore. Like it could be like a core relationship too, something that you were trying to, maybe something you were trying to whip into shape, something that you really fought for. It could be an element of violence as well with the whip. But freeing yourself for sure. I think that's what the choice point was about. Is it like, do I want to go in this direction with this person? Do I want to go back, or am I moving forward? I think you're moving forward. Because, yeah, you're moving forward, and that's why there's fear. Because if you weren't moving forward, you would know exactly where you were going. And it wouldn't be that scary. You would be maybe afraid of, you know, regular day-to-day things. But this transformation is huge. It's not like you're moving into, like, something that you know and something you have to correct. This is something that you don't know. Which is good. Which is why it's good. That's the good and the bad in that one. So, why is there fear? The letter and the Seven of Swords. This fear, and with Seven of Swords again, like, I love that one came to my head first, because I felt like, you know, that always like someone's deceiving you sort of energy, where that I definitely always see it first, where it's like your personal philosophy and your personal brain. So with fear in this, it's like, are you deceiving yourself when it comes to, like, because, like, when you get into, like, a dark space, you can start to make things up in your head, you know, of course. Where it's like, that's what fear can make you do. But with the letter here also, it's like, right. When you're in a dark space, it's probably best to probably write. You could be receiving information and a door, like, receiving info, a new opportunity, a new doorway to walk through, where you're reading the information and you're aware that there's a doorway to walk through, but it's still a dark area. And the letter, the Three of Swords too, it's like, maybe you're writing about heartbreak, or you're hearing about heartbreak, or hearing something that's breaking your heart. Definitely hearing something that's breaking your heart in the present. I'm so sorry about that. But it also feels like, again, it's a dark doorway, but it's leading you to the best. It's leading you to a very releasing process. It's very sad, but I really love that for you, because I feel like it's like exactly what you need. I'm really sad about that. Oh my goodness. I think I've ever gotten this sad within a reading. And listen, I don't like to stay sad that often, so I hope it doesn't continue. The letter and the birds I put together with the Three of Swords. And there's a few birds here. They're both sevens. So this could be because with seven I was talking about this could definitely be like a complex lesson. And with the seven, it's almost like the first complex number, I feel sometimes. So it's like, this could be the first time you've ever experienced such a complex heartbreak like this. And birds too, it's like definitely like maybe an environment you don't want to be in anymore, or it's about building a new environment. It's about maybe getting more lighthearted in order to get through maybe this level of fear. Whereas like maybe you're finding new groups of people, or like just new people in general. And not groups, I should say. I just feel like, whether it's groups or whether it's like one by one, I just feel like there are new people coming into your life that are making you feel more lighthearted, especially with this level of heartbreak. This is complex, babe. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the fox is like, this environment, hey, fuck that. And I understand that, because I feel like, I definitely understand what it feels like when it's like someone who you felt like, because you know, people can feel like home. So it's like, and especially with the fox, it feels like the fox would be the one animal that'd be like, nah, I'm good in the wild, I'm good. But it's like the amount of power that someone could have to bring you into a tame spot, and then completely sort of just like make that home feel like something that you didn't want to even go into in the first place, and now it's just fucking, you know, it's like not a good space for you anymore. That definitely is not a good feeling. So let's move on to some good feelings. What do we have with death? Because I do love that it's here. Wow, the scythe, which is like death's weapon. Fuck yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Right, bitch. Look at that. I wasn't calling you that. I was calling not even the cards, myself. Look at this. Death is cool enough, but with this weapon and this weapon, and when I think of the sword and the scythe, I definitely feel King of Swords in this Hermetic Tarot because he has both a sword and a scythe in that card. So it feels like definitely like you are not manning. I shouldn't say manning because that's like not even the right phrase. It's such a weird phrase, I guess. Definitely, but you are definitely taking sort of control of this transformation. You are the one who is cutting out the bullshit and then also raising up your own, like, wow, no, you're the one who's completely I wouldn't, I don't know, what do they say? I don't know what to say. Like, unlifing yourself, right? In order to bring yourself back, and you're doing it all on your own. What else do I have with that? Nine of Pentacles too, like you're taking the steps. Like again, like I said from the beginning, it's like this whole thing has been you maybe in spirit. Nobody else. Like I mean people again assist, but it's like I feel like it's something you've had to pull out of yourself, your own self. What do we have? What does it just fly? The stork. That's literally death and then life again. Death with the promise, the hope of a new beginning. There is no way. This is a very successful death transformation, and you're doing it yourself. That is why this is so powerful on this transformation spot. Because it's you. I feel like there might be a lot more assistance. And like, no shade, no tea, everyone needs to do what they can do. But I feel like with you guys specifically, you guys are doing this so much on your own. And that's Leo, the one who leads, for sure. And that's why. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for these hard lessons. There's a reason why you guys lead. You know, I don't think everyone wants to be doing their own death process. You know, but I think you guys are, which makes you so much more strong. Especially in the heart space. My God, it feels like your heart has been dragged through the mud, through a train track, through a canyon. And babe, I'm so sorry for it. What else we have? The Rider, a whole new beginning for you. Like a whole new thing coming through. So let's see what we have. I guess that's what we have. Let's see. I didn't even look at that one yet. And we have frustration, flow, and balance with the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. What do we have with that? It's a fly in my face again. Got the mask. Again, yeah. It's how you present yourself. Does this fly want to stay? Do you want to beef, bro? Like, can you? It's so distracting. Because they fly into your little eye, like your cornea. Like, I wish I was exaggerating, but the moment you stop looking at them, all of a sudden they're in your cornea. Oh, all of a sudden they're in your water bottle. Oh my God, you see what I'm saying? This isn't a joke. But the flies, you know what? I should appreciate it because we're talking about death, so I probably manifested them. I hate flies. Ew, in my water. Right, you see, I can be really mad, and I'm gonna try to not like curse this thing out. But right, there's probably a lot of anger, and everyone has a light side. You see the sun and the moon. Everyone has a light side. Everyone has a dark side. You mix it all together. You know what I'm saying? And you get the best of both worlds in the middle. But I think that you've given off either side, maybe middle, and it's about trying your best to balance all of these as much as you can. Because it's fair enough to have your light side and your dark side. Please appreciate. What did I just write down? It was from a podcast. The Tired Ass Podcast. I love that podcast. Zach Campbell, Trey Melvin. I think he said, no, I wrote it down. He said, let me befriend it opposed to demonize it. And it was just about some shit that they were going through. Definitely. Nothing is better than the other. Nothing is worse than the other. Nothing is bad or good. Right? I mean, they're inherently, like, you can label them that to understand them. But you can't label them that in order to live your life. That's where you trip up. So it's like you have to incorporate these all. And befriend them. Understand them. Don't like demonize either one. Because you can demonize the sun just as much as you can demonize the moon. Like people don't like the moon, but also the sun can burn you. Key in the cage is what I fell to. Right. Feels like you're being given the opportunity to present yourself for something, or the opportunity to just lead in a very important way. And it's definitely about your presentation because you've been through some shit and you definitely have to get You're responsible for how you move and how you move your you're responsible for the actions and movements that you take and how you present them, how you present yourself, even when you're frustrated. That is big. What do we have for some last advice for Leo from the lenormand? What would be the best thing that I could give Leo? On top of the deck. Wow, the Ten of Wands. Take care. Please take good care of yourself. With this bear, for sure. 15. If there have been challenges, again, you are the one raising yourself up, so that is exactly why you deserve as much of a break as you want, as you need. With the 15 here, it's a 6, so it's balance and harmony. But look at the number structure. It's a 1 and a 5. 5 is about challenges, conflicts, normally within the self, because that's why you always have conflicts with people, because you have them with yourself. That's how you see that conflict. You resonate it. You see each other because you have it within yourself. But this 5 is always about in conflicts, and you have the 1 here, so it's you raise yourself up out of it, and that's exactly why there's maybe so much of a burden on you, but it's again exactly why you deserve as much of a break as possible. And again, you need to protect those who protect you, and not need to worry about anything else. If I feel like you protect so many people, but maybe about 2% of them are going to protect you back, and that's with most respect, not trying to be negative. It's an exaggeration to make you understand that even if it is 20% that protect you back, 40%, you have to just make sure that you know who's protecting you, because you should be protecting people that aren't protecting you. Again, 10 of Wands is with the 8 of Wands, soul, spirit. If these people aren't protecting your soul, you should be protecting theirs. Here's another 6. Here's another 6. This one's a pure 6. Like I felt in the death card, the clouds are moving away. They are for sure. They are for sure. And that's the King of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you put down that burden and you are... This is your energy. King of Wands. Best advice with this one, I feel. There are 3 birds there. 3 of Swords feels like. And again, that's conflict. That's that conflict. But the conflict is moving past. And I feel with this one, if you run or if you move too fast, you're gonna run with the storm. You're gonna move with those clouds, and you're gonna keep being in that storm. But if you maybe just sit still, again, like I said with the 8 of Wands, if you sit still for a second, those clouds will pass over you, and then you'll know where to go, because you'll know, when you're in a storm and it's the rain's over you, but then you take a second and you can see where the clouds are, and sometimes you can see the storm somewhere away from you, which is a weird thing, but you know what I'm saying? Sit still, I think. I don't mean to say that, sit still. You can't tell what the fuck to do, but I think it would be best if you sat still for a sec. The book, the Ten of Pentacles, exactly. What do you want? What do you want at the end of your time on this earth? What do you want at the end of the day? That starts now. The Ten of Pentacles always starts now. It's people, I want 10 of Pentacles. And of course, it isn't always exactly what you want. But if you see this, your present moment as 10 of Pentacles, you can only grow from there. Okay. I hope this helped. That was beautiful. You guys are crazy pulling out that death energy. Crazy. I hope this helps. If you want a personal reading, there's information down below. You can check that out. Like, share, subscribe. Please. That would be awesome. Comment. Let me know what you think. All the other things. Other than that, I'm really hungry, so I'm going to go do that. I hope you guys have a good one. Stay safe. Bye, guys.